So those of you that might be guests with us or watching for the first time online, before we get to the sermon, it's going to be a good sermon, I promise you. We have what's called a worldview segment, and you might be new, might be wondering, what is this? Why do you do this? We believe today more than ever, Christians need to be informed about what's happening in our world. We say it this way: informed to pray so that you can be empowered to act. So every week before we open the Word, we confront the world. And sometimes people ask, well, why do you do this worldview segment? It's so controversial, blah, blah, blah. Well, the simple reason is because we care. If we care about what's happening in our world and in our nation and in our communities, we have to talk about it. We have to present it from a biblical point of view. Too many people go through life and they're callous and carefree, pretending nothing's wrong. And silence isn't a virtue. It is surrender to culture. So the church has never played it safe for the last 2,000 years. We don't want to be a church that plays it safe. We want to speak the truth in love. We want to speak the truth in such a way that will captivate hearts and minds, but sometimes it makes people feel uncomfortable. But Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." I want to talk to you about something that really matters in our state. A constitutional amendment, a special election to our state constitution is taking place right now. Early voting is already taking place. Listen to me. As Christians, it is not only our civic duty to vote, it is our sacred duty. We are salt and we are light. Jesus said, render to Caesar, render to the government what the government deserves. That's not only, as Jesus applied it, to paying of taxes. He and Peter paid their taxes. They couldn't vote back then. We not only pay taxes, but we have taxation with representation. In other words, we get to vote who and what we want to live with and live by. And so it is our responsibility as Christians. It says in Jeremiah 29:7, we're to seek the welfare of the city that we live in. Or in this case now, for this election, the state that we live in. Now listen, there are 17 propositions. We're going to have a QR code. On our website, we'll have information. You can access a sample ballot. So when you go in, you know what you're voting for and why you're voting for it. I want to give you a few examples of the propositions and what my position is. Doesn't have to be your position. This is my position. Proposition 2, prohibition on capital gains tax. I'm definitely for this. And what it does is it prevents Texas from ever imposing taxes on capital gains, profits from investments. Why is that a good thing? Because it advocates free market. It's pro-entrepreneurial. It is biblical. It's taxation less taxation equals more personal freedom. Freedom for investment, freedom for job creation, freedom for wealth building. And so I think this is a positive thing. Proposition 3, bail restrictions for violent crimes. I'm definitely for this. What does it do? It allows judges to deny bail for defendants accused of certain violent felonies that they're being charged with. This enhances public safety, protects potential victims from repeat offenders. I think it's a good thing. Proposition 7, property tax exemption for surviving spouses of disabled veterans. This is now extended when that veteran dies to his or her spouse. What it does, it extends this property tax exemption to surviving spouses of veterans who died from service-oriented conditions. This promotes marriage. This honors military sacrifice. It provides a tangible support to military families. I think it's a positive thing and a good thing. Proposition 15, the constitutional amendment affirming that parents are the primary decision makers for their children, not educators, not the government. We as Christians should definitely be for this, right? And support it. Proposition 16, the constitutional amendment clarifying that a voter must be a United States citizen. No duh, right? If you're voting in our elections, you should be a citizen, right? Or you should vote in the country where you are a citizen. This affirms national sovereignty and the integrity of our elections. This is very, very important. Many other propositions. Be well read, well versed, and vote your conscience and your values.